Hi everyone, Nick Kretikos of Nick's Seasonal Decor, and tonight you're watching me on Bowdabra, which means it's Monday, and more specifically, it's 7 Eastern. So for those of you that haven't seen us on Bowdabra before, we are live here on their channel each and every Monday at 7 Eastern, and I know I repeat that a lot, but I really want to kind of drill it into your brains, that way you don't forget. So behind the camera tonight is, of course, Dad. Dad is going to help record. So as you come in, be sure to thank him for being here. So we're going to be dealing with both of our Bowdabras, and I don't think Dad was live with us last week. I could be mistaken.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. So somebody tell us down below if you guys remember if it was Dad or if it was, I think Bella. It might have been Bella. Bella's my younger sister. I think it was Bella. It had to have been Bella because we talked about how Bella released her book. And everybody was, so proud, which made me really happy. So I'm just pulling up the video, making sure that everything is working on my end. Just trying to see how it's going. But here's our wire. Look at how much we have left, you guys. And this is nothing, but I want to say we created 100+ bows with one roll of wire. So these wires come on a 100-yard spool. And what are the color choices, Dad?
Gold and silver.
Gold and silver. So we're going to be using the gold today. Silver is my favorite, but gold works just as well because you're not, going to even, see the wire in the end. Or that, at least that's the goal, So let's start with our fresh roll just because it looks so pretty having all of that wire. But here we have the mini, and the mini is perfect for hair bows. It's perfect for smaller, finer detailed bows. This works great with non-wired ribbon and creating designs with that. Especially hair bows. So the owner of Bowdabra, Sandy, she does a great job demonstrating how to use this with, hair bows and whatnot. But I have showed you guys in the past, and I will continue to show you guys how to use it for kind of larger bows. So that's what we're going to work on today. And of course, we have our large Bowdabra right here. Can you guys see us okay? Are we live? Hi, Edna.
Hi, everyone.
Bella. It was Bella, Bowdabra says. Can you see comments, Dad?
Yep.
Awesome. Can you see that we're actually live? It's not showing on my end.
Yep, we're live.
Yeah? You see people watching? Good.
Yep. Hi, everyone.
So let's cut a length of wire. Let's find the end. Just pull it out. This looks so cool, having a fresh new roll of wire. Fresh new week, fresh new roll of wire.
Hi, Nelda. Thank you, honey. I missed you, too.
Hey, Marcia. Nice to see you. So I'll cut a length of our wire, and I'm actually going to start with our large Bowdabra. So also, as you guys come in, be sure to comment down below if you would like to win a free roll of scrunchy ribbon. Color choices are red, silver, and gold. And every Monday that we're live, Bowdabra does announce one lucky winner, which is really nice. So let us know if you want to win tonight. We're going to start with this ribbon. Some of these ribbons we actually have in stock at nicksseasonaldecor.com. But Bowdabra has their own ribbon collection that you guys can purchase from. And you can purchase your Bowdabras and your wire. This is Kim's second time. Awesome, Kim. But you guys can purchase your wire, your ribbons, your kits, or just your Bowdabras in our affiliate link down below. So Bowdabra will pin that so you guys can order all of your awesome products. But I just cut a length of tails. These are only about, 18 to 20 inches long. We're going to just take that and place it right into the middle of our large Bowdabra. Like so. Teresa would love to win. Yes, so Bowdabra has shared the link. Hey, Jen. So also, don't forget, you guys, that there's tons of different tutorials here with Bowdabra. So I design, bows every Monday. They also have a couple other designers as well as Sandy who pops in every now and then creating content. And they also have a free community group that you guys can join. It's their fan gallery. The bow we're creating right now is just a traditional bow, but you guys can join their fan gallery. We also have a community crafting page, Nick's Seasonal Decor Crafting Community, where we also have tons and tons of Bowdabra members that post, the creations that they create using the Bowdabra constantly. So if you're ever looking for inspiration or other designs, or other designers for that matter, those are great sources of kind of being inspired. So we're going to do about 3 to 5 loops. This is a beautiful rust-colored ribbon, one of my favorites.
Hi, Dee. Nice to have you back.
Nice to have you, Dee. Wanda would love to win. Darlene's from Southeast Louisiana.
Everybody wants to win.
Yeah, who doesn't, right? So that's 4 loops. We have 3 on the other side. Let's do 1 more on this side. Now we have 4. Let's just do 1 more total. So we'll have 5 on one side, 4 on the other. And the reason I like to do that every now and then is I always like to mix it up, but I do it kind of what's the word, purposefully, because some of you guys watch me, and if I do 4 loops on one side and 4 on the other, you guys think you have to. That is not the case, but all I'm doing is I'm just taking the wire, pulling it from one end to the other, pulling it in the middle. So Barbara's from Raleigh, North Carolina, so that's kind of funny because ever since I was little, I've always known about that city for one reason and one reason only, is because we live in a town called Raleigh, Massachusetts, and I can go as far as 2 towns over and tell people I'm from Raleigh, and they will have no idea where that's from, and they always think I'm from North Carolina. So we have a fair that's 2 towns away, and I just remember being a kid, and you know, the people would ask, oh, where are you from? And I'm like, oh, Raleigh, thinking that, you know, everybody knows the area, and they'd always be like, oh, that's kind of a good distance. And I'm like, not really. It's only about, I don't know, 2-3 miles. So that's kind of funny. But
The world's oldest fair.
yes, the world's oldest fair, Topsfield Fair. So look at how pretty that bow is. What do you guys think? Give some hearts if you like that. Very simple, very basic. I didn't even tie it off enough. I like to give it 2 or 3 knots from behind to really make sure it's not going anywhere. Been missing you, but still love you. What's one of your favorite ribbons that stays outside? So Pamela, I'd say 90% of the ribbons can go outside. I mean, there's obviously a few exceptions. You know, this is velvet and it can be labeled as indoor only, but my philosophy is as long as you get a season for each, you know, product, whether it be a wreath or whatever the case may be, that is okay. The sun is a very tough element. Wind, rain, hail, snow, sleet, ice, you name it, it does take a toll on your outside products. But, you know, as long as you get 1 year out of it, chances are by the next year, you're probably going to be sick of it anyway. And Dad knows how constantly I switch up things here for my own home. Hey, Carolyn, nice to see you. So should we make the wreath first, Dad, or should we make a couple bows?
You know what? Why don't we make the wreath first
Yeah,
once, huh?
let's make the wreath first. So here we have some 14-inch grapevine wreaths, and we're just going to take our bow, and I'm going to place mine, you guessed it, upper left-hand corner. It's my favorite place to place my bows, and I don't know if it's because I'm left-handed or, you know what, but I always like doing that, and if I do it on the right-hand side, it just feels awkward to me. What do you think, Dad? Does it look awkward?
It looks like it. Pam says, love all your work, Nick. Bows and wreaths as well.
Thank you, Pam. So let me know down below. I'm kind of intrigued now. Are you left-handed or are you right-handed? My whole family's right-handed. I think only 2 people well, 2 of my friends were left-handed ever. I think everybody I know pretty much is right-handed. I can only think of a couple people that aren't. But apparently it has something to do with like creativity or something, right? Or craftiness. I don't know.
Yeah, the left-handers are more creative, they say.
Is that what they say? But yeah, let me know. Left-handed or right-handed? Dad is neither-handed. Dad can't write for the life of him. So if you've ever seen Dad scribble down on paper or write invoices or anything, he doesn't know how to use his left hand or his right hand, apparently. But that's okay. We still love him regardless.
But I can bat left and right.
Yes, he can. Yes, he can. I'll give him that. So here we have this right here. This is just a mixed bush of flowers. This came from Hobby Lobby. We're going to see if we can pull them apart. If we can't, what we can always do too is just tear them like so. And it gets the job done. We'll put that to the side. So we'll just rip off a few of these flowers, cut the stems short, and work them in. So we're actually just going to work with this bush, and that's going to be enough. So don't feel as though if you see our videos on Nick's Seasonal Decor or tutorials elsewhere that, you know, if we use a whole lot of product, you have to. Sometimes less is more, and if you're on a budget or if you only have a certain amount of supplies, you can absolutely use what you got. You don't have to have tons of things. Right, Dad? You can make a beautiful wreath with a little bit of ribbon, leftover roll of ribbon, and a few flowers, and you're good to go. So we'll just trim up these flowers a little bit, cut off the longer stems. So how's everybody's weekend? Let us know if you did anything fun. It's been raining this whole weekend, so, you know, we haven't enjoyed the weather, but hopefully you guys had better weather. So Bree is right. Her husband is left, though.
Feels like it's been raining all year. It
really does.
It feels like it.
Yeah, let us know if it's been raining for you guys. But, you know, I don't know. If it rains too long, it kind of puts you into like a depressive, you know, episode. But I've always enjoyed the rain. I feel like it's so peaceful and you can really just relax and wind down. But if it starts raining for more than 2 or 3 days, it just becomes kind of a nuisance. All of our plants outside are drowning. Our cucumbers are turning yellow. So the plants aren't loving it at this point. but, you know, the heat will come back. That's definitely a given. It'll get hot real soon.
Yep.
So we broke down this bush. We cut off the kind of the wonky ends. Now we can start working them in. So we'll start with some of these leaves, just working kind of them at random. Nothing has to be perfect. Storms and rain in Bama and high humidity, says Teresa. Yeah, see, I can deal with the heat. I can deal with the rain. It's the humidity that's just so annoying. I hate the humidity. And it's humid here. Even though it's kind of chilly out today, it's a little humid.
Yeah, it was a little humid, yeah.
Yeah, look at how beautiful this rose is, you guys. What a beautiful rose. So just working them around the bow. If we have any left over, we can actually place them into the bow. But just goes to show you don't need a whole lot of product to make something beautiful. Here we have another little hydrangea. We can take that, place it towards the inside. I try to use my Bowdabra, but cannot make a bow as good as yours, says Nelda. So Nelda, with that, I want to say just practice, you know. The more you do things, the more repetition, the better off, you know, they turn out. So you're not going to get the bow on the first try. Very few people, if anybody ever does. Practice doesn't make perfect, but it definitely helps, and it'll make you more confident with your bow making skills.
You're right, Bree. It hasn't stopped raining in Massachusetts.
At all. Yeah, it's been raining nonstop for the last 3-4 days now. Crazy. Taking another big bloom, placing it on this side. Pam would love to win some scrunchy ribbon. Tanya actually worked this weekend. She had rain only in the afternoon, so that's definitely preferred. But even if it's not raining here over the last few days, it's still like, I don't know, like drizzling, I guess. Well, not drizzling, but just like, I don't know. The weather's it's just been wonky lately. But
it rained this morning, then it drizzled, then it rained, then it drizzled.
But
it's
when it
been
takes
all
like those
day.
little breaks in between the rain, it just still, you know, you're not going to want to go outside. It's not enjoyable, but it'll change. Okay, we got a couple leaves left we can work in.
These colors look good together.
Don't they? What do you guys think? Do you guys like this velvet? Something different for fall, right?
Yep.
Not everything has to be the same. We have one little leaf left, which I'll just place right there. And here's a beautiful wreath that we created using one roll of ribbon, actually a scrap roll of ribbon, and then just one bush of flowers, all on a 14-inch grapevine. See how cute that turned out?
Looks awesome.
Would make a great present. Of course, you can add a little bit more to it if you wanted to, or you could stop here and somebody would still love it. So not everything has to be overdone. So let's get to creating another bow using our large Bowdabra.
It's a 14-inch grapevine, Bonnie.
Yes, Bonnie, 14 inches. So we'll cut another length. Nasty, hot, and humid in the DC area. It's been raining in New York, says Carol. Yeah, so we're not too far from New York. Only a couple hours, actually. About 2.5 hours. So we're going to just take our wire, place it right in the middle, and then what we can do is start creating some loops. So the next ribbon I want to use is perfect for spring, summer, and fall. And, you know, it's kind of hard choosing products that you can use for those times of year. You know, some things are strictly fall, some things are strictly summer, and some things are strictly spring. This, I think, will work for all three of those seasons. You know, one of my favorite things for fall is working in blue, or denims and stuff like that. I think it really works nicely. So for this, what we can do, let's do a funky bow. Dad loves those.
I love the funky bows.
So if you guys don't mind giving this video a like and a share, we would greatly appreciate it. Helps us inspire others, and, you know, get others the ability to create bows, because I know it's a struggle among many. And, you know, my goal is to have as many people make bows. And I know that we have constantly, you know, new people coming in and wanting to learn how to make bows. So that's a task and a job that I kind of set myself up to fail for, because I will never, ever have that job 100% complete. But that's okay, because we still enjoy it. So for this bow, you're going to need to create a bunch of what I consider to be little awareness ribbons. So we have a loop and then two tails like that. So a loop, two tails. Loop can be about 3.5, 4 inches for this size bow. However, you can really make it whatever size you want. You know, I like to just give estimates. They never have to be exact. And I actually encourage you guys to, you know, stray a little bit outside the lines from what I do, just for more visual interest. Nothing has to be the same as, you know, me. So we'll take that, working in the opposite direction. So one loop here, one loop there, two tails on either side. And it's all about that repetition and kind of that mirrored image. So what you do to one side, go back for the next step and do the same thing to the other side. Sarah loves the blue gingham. Me too.
Me too. I love it, yeah.
So we actually released a couple kits on our page using this ribbon with some sunflowers, and I think maybe next week we can do that with Bowdabra. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. Do you want to see next week for our wreath tutorial a blue and white gingham sunflower wreath? I absolutely love the way that turned out. So if you guys like that, let me know. Work that in here. None of the tails are the same size. I do not care in the slightest. It's still going to be just as beautiful. Don't let that stress you out, you guys. I know you guys are my people, and I know you get bothered over things like that, and it's not going to make a difference.
Donna's first time watching. Hi, Donna.
Welcome, Donna. Nice to have you.
And Tanya, I hope you have a wonderful birthday tomorrow.
Yes, let's all wish Tanya happy early birthday.
Definitely.
How exciting is that? All right, taking our piece of wire now, bringing it through. You make the funky bows look so easy. I struggle with making them. Barbara, you will get it down pat. I know it. Don't feel so frustrated. I know lots of you guys get overwhelmed with bow making. We're just taking the wire at this point, pulling it to the back. But the more you stress out, the less you're going to like your bow. If you just give it a try, if you don't love it, retry, use the same ribbon over and over again, and you'll eventually get it. So now our next step is going to be dovetailing. So to dovetail, take your tails, fold them in half, and cut from the middle out towards the wired edge. I really got to be careful with this step because Dad yells at me if I miss a tail. He's laughing.
I never yell.
And, you know, put me in a corner after this video is over. So I don't want to stress about that. I want to make sure I don't miss any. And thank you guys for helping us reach 200 viewers. We appreciate that.
Hi, Jan.
Hey, Jan. So we got 2 tails left. Hopefully that's it. I don't want to get in trouble.
Hi, Wanda. Happy 47th anniversary.
Happy 47th anniversary, Wanda.
That's wonderful.
That is wonderful. Let's all congratulate Wanda on that big achievement. That's a big milestone.
Everybody wants to see the wreath, Nick, the gingham wreath.
The gingham wreath? Is that what you guys want for next week's tutorial here on Bowdabra? We definitely can do it. But yeah, I was really surprised by that because the kits sold out so quick and everybody loved them. I think they just turned out beautiful. I think that's what it comes down to. It's just the simplicity of it and how well it worked for fall.
Sunflower wreath with blue gingham.
Yes.
That sounds good.
And that works for spring, summer, or fall. You know, sunflowers aren't just fall. Of course, if they're super duper orangey, you know, that's when they work best. But here's our funky bow. So next week we can make 2 wreaths if we really wanted to. We could do a traditional and a funky. But how pretty is that? Something simple, right?
Yep.
Thanks for the birthday wishes. Of course, Tanya. So I'm actually going to use that ribbon once more. I want to do another bow on this. And this bow is going to be slightly different. So this bow will cut our tails. Right?
Yep.
Take our tails. First we need a piece of wire. I don't want to forget that step. Take a piece of wire. Always cut it longer than you anticipate on using it. That way you don't have to fiddle with it later on and cut an extra piece. Place that into the middle of your Bowdabra. Take your wires, you guys. Place them behind. Bowdabra says yes, 2 reeds. Yeah, we could do 2 blue gingham reeds with, you know, 2 different techniques. But, you know, even if it's the same ribbon, you know, sometimes you see us use, or a lot of the times you see us use the same ribbon. And the reason for that is because you get totally different effects doing something different. You know, traditional is traditional. But when you add funky or a 3-2-1 bow, it just creates a totally different look and feel for a design. So, you know, sometimes you guys see different techniques and the same ribbons and it looks completely different. And it's all about just switching it up a little. So for this technique, we're going to do 3 loops on either side.
Nelda says she loves the blue bow.
I do too. Isn't that pretty?
That is pretty.
Nelda, I actually think you got some of this blue ribbon. But we're going to do 3 loops. These ones you want pretty similar. You know, I always say don't stress, but, you know, if you were to stress and I could rationalize the stress, this is probably the most important. I don't want to use that word. I use that word loosely because it's not going to make a huge difference. But out of all of the techniques, this is the technique where you want it as similar as possible. But even if it's not, you guys, you still can, you know, fluff it and adjust it and twist it so that it is pretty similar. So 3 loops. These ones are about 3.5, 4 inches. Happy birthday. Hi, Ginger. Nice to see you. So that's 3. Now we'll do 2, and these loops are only going to be about 2 inches or so, give or take. We'll do 2 of these on either side. I want to say this bow technique is 3-2-1. I still have yet to look into that. Now we're going to do our favorite loop of all. So this is known as a button loop, you guys.
Nice little button loop.
Little button loop. And this is only about 1.5 inches. And that's it. Now we can just compress it. We can use our hands, or if you have a lot of loops or, you know, Christmas tree topper, you can fluff it using your Bowdabra wand. It comes with your Bowdabra. Then you take your wires out. Nelda says, I wished I would have gotten 3 or 4 rolls. Oh, Nelda, that's how I feel with every order I place. I think this is one of the few that we have, you know, plenty in stock of, though. We definitely love this enough to buy it in significant bulk. But we're going to just take those wires, tie it from behind. And again, you guys, you can order your ribbons, you can order your Bowdabras, you can order your wires or ribbon kits that Bowdabra has put together through the link down below. Bowdabra has shared our affiliate link. And you can get everything separate or together. See, if you order a Bowdabra, you're never going to need, well, I don't want to say never. You never know if you throw it against a wall. But I've had one Bowdabra for 10 plus years now, and it works just the same. It looks just the same. There's no difference, and it's not frail at all. So, you know, you don't have to be purchasing your Bowdabra. Again, you can just be ordering your other stuff, your wires, your ribbon kits that they release. They have a patriotic kit. They have Christmas kits. Take that wire, bring it down. What a totally different effect you got with this bow now, right?
Yes, it's
versus
really
the
nice.
funky bow. So same ribbon, pretty much same principles, but a totally different look and feel, which is what it's all about, you guys. So we got some time left. Let's make another bow. Bonnie brings up a great point. Bonnie says, I like how you turn the Bowdabra while making the bows. I've learned something. So, you know, as I've said before, I would love it if everybody learned from me and the way I teach and whatnot. But I'm fully aware that not everybody's going to, you know, understand exactly what I do. But the benefit and beauty of this community is that there's tons and tons of other designers. So if I don't click with you, there's somebody else using it, probably maybe closer to something, you know, the way you would use it out there. But I do rotate my Bowdabra, and I do know tons of designers that actually don't. I know tons of designers that just rotate their hands and their ribbons. I like to just give it half a turn each time. So there's that. Now what we're gonna do is work with one of my favorite plaids. We'll use this plaid actually. I really like this one too. So this one, we'll do another simple bow.
Anne says she no longer gets notifications when you're on. So nice to see you.
Hi, Anne. So make sure you have notifications. We are live right now on Bowdabra's site, but make sure that you go to Nick Seasonal Decor and Bowdabra. And in the upper right-hand corner of both pages, you'll find kind of a little drop-down menu. And with that menu, you can turn on all notifications and set up just like preview mode or suggested mode. That way you don't miss any videos or any tutorials or any lives or any, you know, exciting news. So we're going to do this. This is going to be perfect for the top of a present. We'll do this 4 or 5 times on either side. So if you have presents, doesn't have to be, you know, this is a plaid Christmas ribbon because of Christmas in July, but you could be doing, you know, bridal shower type ribbon, which could be just whites, or you could be doing, you know, baby showers, baby pinks or blues like we've done before for presents. And just kind of spruce up presents. They don't have to like the present, but if they like the wrapping, you've done your job, right?
Yep. Jan says she no longer gets notifications either, and her notifications are on.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jan.
Could be a glitch. Who knows?
All right, so that's 4 or 5 loops. Now we can snip that off. And here we have the perfect bow.
Hi, Joe.
Hey, Joe, nice to see you. No problem. Love all the plaids. Me too, Pam. So now we can just tie it from behind. So don't forget, you guys, we did share on Nick's Seasonal Decor a Bowdabra 101 tutorial. So we created 5 or 7 summer bows in slow motion, step by step, using our high quality camera, showing you guys how, you know, just a different way of seeing how we create bows here in Bowdabra. Lives and stuff are totally different. So, you know, maybe that video might help you for those of you that still struggle with bow making. But here we have the perfect bow that you can tuck in a little bit of greenery. You can tuck in some flowers, any other kind of decorations or embellishments to kind of spruce it up. And, you know, imagine this was a present. Of course, this is a roll. Actually, let's use this. Let's say this is a present. This is for date night in the exclusive Wreath community later. So if you're a member of that, you'll be seeing those in a few short minutes. But let's say that's a present. I mean, how perfect would that look, right?
It's adorable. It's cute,
You don't need to wrap the edges. You can if you want, but it just enhances it that much more. So let's create, I think we have enough time for 1 or 2 more bows. So we'll take our wire, cut another length of it. Always cut an excess. How are we doing on time? All right, we got 5 minutes left, so we'll just switch over to the mini and see what we can do with this. So we're gonna try to create the biggest bow we've ever made on the mini, and I'm not positive how it'll turn out, but it's worth a shot if I, do say so myself. So for this bow, we did a traditional with this ribbon, so let's do a funky with this ribbon. We'll start off with tails.
And the winner is Taya Gray Dow.
Congratulations, Taya. Let's all congratulate her.
Congratulations.
I think it might have been Tanya. Let's see. Just
Is it
trying
Tanya?
to scroll. I want to make sure. But congrats. Yeah, you won yourself a free roll of ribbon.
Some nice scrunchy ribbon.
Yeah, all right, so we don't have much of this, but I did bring another roll down. So for this, we're going to just create very small loops and tails. Loops only have to be about 3.5, 4 inches. Tails about 6 to 8.
Yep, it's Tanya. Yep.
Tanya? All right, congratulations, Tanya. And Tanya's birthday is tomorrow, right?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Happy early birthday. What a wonderful gift. Who doesn't want free ribbon, right?
I know.
All right, so this piece, I mean, we could make that work, but let's just break into another roll. All right, so, 10 yards, you're able to create 2 or 3 bows, decent sized bows, but if you're making tiny bows, you can easily create 6, 8, 10 of them, So we'll snip, place that piece in. That's 2 loops. And this ribbon is quite thick, so if we're able to squeeze in 3 to 5 loops, the mini Bowdabra is doing its job then, because this is a very thick ribbon. And the thinner the ribbon, the more loops you can add. But even the mini, if you purchase the mini, you still can create decent sized bows. Create another loop. Cut it off. And this loop has got to go this way. So we have 2 on this side. Then we have 2 on this side. We can squeeze in 1 more.
That is pretty thick ribbon, huh, Nick?
Very thick ribbon. So it goes to show, if you can squeeze in 5 loops, we probably could do like 7 total in this. But even 5 for such a mini Bowdabra, I mean, yeah, we still could fit at least 2 or 3 more. But we're going to stop there, take our wire, pull it through, tie it off. By taking the wires, I give it another tug while I'm flipping it over, tying from behind. And we're good to go. So what we can do now is we can just quickly dovetail that. Again, can't miss any tails. I don't want to hear it from Dad later. He'll be fine in this video, and then afterwards he will reprimand me by saying, I can't believe you didn't cut that tail. No.
You guys know he's lying. He's lying.
I'm lying. But, I like to do this during the videos just to show you guys how easy you can make a beautiful bow. But after these videos, what we end up doing is we actually, give it a good fluff. Always spend a couple extra minutes, you guys. These videos are fast-paced because I want to do as much knowledge in them as possible. But if you spend a couple extra minutes per video or per bow and fluffing it and adjusting it, you really can create some masterpieces. So we always send those bow pictures to Bowdabra, and they will share them on their Instagram. They'll share them, I believe, on their Pinterest, their YouTube, and their Facebook. So if you see our bows, let us know that you see our bows and kind of their final glory and final form, because they do look different than they do here. And that's all because of spending an extra minute or 2. So that
came out awesome.
is the mini. I think that turned out really pretty, right?
It did, yeah.
So, yeah. So we created 4 or 5 bows and a wreath. The wreath has got to be my favorite from the night. Just a simple fall, beautiful wreath.
Beautiful colors.
Right? Thank you, guys. Missed a long tail, so we just cut a length of tails and put them into the Bowdabra. Just wondering, is there any other style bow you do besides funky or traditional bow? If so, can you share? So, Elizabeth, the third would probably be this bow, which is like the 3-2-1, I want to say, like that. So I'm going to be really honest with you guys. And for those of you that follow me on Nick's Seasonal Decor, you see this all the time. I'm a very simple designer. I don't like to overload my bows or, get too fancy and too, crazy. Traditional bows have been around for hundreds of years. They will continue to be around. They're very, very popular, and they're, timeless. So, especially if you're just starting out, start with mastering one technique, probably the best technique in my opinion, would probably be the funky. Second would definitely be traditional. Then you can try other methods, but if you are a beginner, just start small. Don't try too many different techniques at once. But I'd say the mass majority of bows I do are simple like this. We might do 2 ribbons instead of 1, but the possibilities are endless, because if I say 2 ribbons, we could do both 2 1.5-inch ribbons. But if I say 2 ribbons, we could do a 1.5-inch, 2.5-inch. If we do 3, you could do a 4-inch with that. So we are going to be doing different styles as well, but these are the ones that I always come back to because they're tried and true. So thank you all so much for watching us on Bowdabra. I am Nick Kretikos of Nick's Seasonal Decor. We are live here each and every Monday at 7 Eastern on Bowdabra's page. And with that being said, every Monday, Bowdabra does give away a free roll of scrunchy ribbon towards the end of each video. So again, thank you all. I love you guys. Have a great week, and we'll see you next Monday. Bye, everyone.
Good night, everyone. Thank you, Sandy.
Thank you, Sandy.